So you've got a band together called Axolotl.
Yeah.
Let's start with the name. Where did you come up with that name?
It's from the salamander family, the axolotl fish.
Yeah.
But axolotl can kind of metamorphosize and grow back limbs, so it's sort of a symbol of resilience. So that's why we kind of went with the name.
All right. That's good. Yeah, I knew it was a fish. I just wasn't sure why you chose it, but that's a good reason. So the band's been together for just over a year now?
Yeah, we've been working on this EP, Autonomy, for a little while, and so we've been together for about a year and a bit.
You yourself have achieved an awful lot in your very young life.
Oh, thank you.
Well, before you had the band, you toured with people like Renee Geyer, Paul Kelly, Joe Camilleri, Chris Wilson.
I learnt from Renee when I was about 15 or 16, and then she took me on my first ever tour when I was 16 with her and Victor and Linda. So I got to support them and then sing with them as part of the show, which was called Voice. And then I went on a few years later to tour with Paul Kelly, and it was a great experience, good way to get into the industry and learn from the best.
Did you come from a musical family?
Not really. Both my parents they really love music and appreciate it. And my mum is an artist, and, there's always been music around the house, but they never really pursued it professionally or anything.
You've got a band with you now, Axolotl.
Yeah.
The members of that have worked with people like Zoo, Gypsy and the Cat, Phrase, the Bamboos, Gosling.
Yeah.
It's quite a good resume.
We met each other, some of us at uni, and, we all went through the VCA at some point. But, so we've all sort of been playing around with different bands for a while and kind of met through that, so...
And you had something with Dave DiPaolo on your own before that?
Well, that sort of Axolotl was sort of two projects that I put together. There was a thing I was working on with Dave Abel, just the two of us doing beats, and then the band, and we kind of put together the beat thing with the band, so using electronics and live instruments. And then, so Dave used to play with us live, but he just does a bit of the production now for the recording, so he's still kind of a part of it.
Yeah, your music seems to be sort of a dreamy type mellow rock sound in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really that genre specific, like we didn't say we want to be this thing, but there's a lot of different influences in there, and the electronic part is important, I think.
In 2005, you won the Melbourne Blues Appreciation Society Female Artist of the Year.
Yes.
So you must have been about 16, 17 then?
I was 15, yeah.
15.
Yeah.
So you had no other thing that you wanted to do in life? You wanted to be a singer?
Yeah, I suppose music has always been what I've wanted to do ever since I was a kid, and I've always enjoyed art and music as a part of that. I can't imagine doing anything else.
Have you had to get any sort of day jobs or part-time work to support your music?
Well, I'm still studying, which I finish in like a week, but I do a little bit of teaching of singing, but that's all really. I've just worked in a lot of different bands and sort of kept myself busy that way.
What are you studying?
I'm studying music.
So if you could support anyone that you wanted to, who do you think you'd want to support?
It's a good question. There's lots of people. I'd love to support Radiohead. I'm going to see them, I think it's this week or, this Friday. That would be amazing.
Because you do seem to have pulled a few elements from there is a bit of Portishead in there, but then you still have that sort of rock bass going on, especially in Electricity.
Yeah.
Which is a beautiful film clip.
Oh, thank you.
How long did it take in the water to do that?
Well, we did it in the middle of winter, and my friends were in the pool, and we filmed it at a friend's house, and we had to wait till it got dark, so it was absolutely freezing. And so they weren't actually in the pool for very long. We couldn't keep them in there. So, probably about half an hour's worth of footage.
So that's not you in the water?
No, that's my friend Isabel. My face is in it, but it's not in the pool.
Oh, right. And Dustin McLean, who is in your band, he is the pianist, composer, producer and DJ with the Bachelor of Music performance from Victoria College?
Yeah, so Dustin and I are the main producers of the band. But yeah, he has a studio that we recorded a lot of the record at his house, and he arranged the strings and all of that. So yeah, he's a pretty talented guy.
Did you actually go out looking for band members, or was it just a natural process that they came along?
Well, they've always sort of been friends, and so when I had the idea of starting the project, I kind of had in mind who I'd like to play from, the people that I knew.
And you've released Garden Lane and Electricity as singles off of the Autonomy EP.
Yep.
Do you think there'll be another single released, or are you thinking of working on an album now?
Yeah, we've already started working on the album, so we've got about half of the songs kind of ready to go. But yeah, we might release another song off the EP before then. We'll just have to see how it goes.
Have you toured overseas at all yet?
I have played overseas, but not actually intentionally to tour. So I studied a bit in Italy, music, and the Umbria Jazz Festival and stuff, but I haven't actually toured there.
What's been your most memorable experience so far?
That's a good question. The last tour that we did with the Bamboos, Axolotl supported, and that was our first kind of national tour, and that was a lot of fun, playing to pretty much sold-out crowds every night and a really supportive audience. That was really fun, and I suppose you always remember the things that you started with. So the tour with Renee and Vicar and Linda was pretty surreal at that age.
And what about the songwriting? Do you write the lyrics, or is it collaborative?
Yeah, I write the lyrics.
And where does your inspiration come from?
Observations of things that happen or my own personal experience. But yeah, a number of things. I try to keep a kind of notebook if something sticks out in the day that I like. I sort of write it down, and it might come in handy one day when I'm finishing a song.
And when you are writing a song, do you know pretty quickly whether you're writing it for Axolotl or for the Bamboos or whoever?
I think usually I have that in mind before I start, because each band is very different. I'm working on a solo project as well, which is mainly just piano and singing. So I kind of use a different palette of sounds for each thing, and I kind of set that up before I start, and that kind of defines the sound for that project.
So Ella is a very layered personality musically, and you've got outlets for all of your different musical temptations. Yeah,
well, I don't want to make something too eclectic, to kind of spread it out so you don't give away everything in one project.
Yeah. No, well, it sounds like you've got quite a life going on for yourself, and you're starting to gain more respect and recognition for it as well.
Oh, thank you.
That's all right. You're doing all the work, not me. I'm just making observations. Do you have an idea for something you'd really like to do for a film clip if you had unlimited funds?
I don't know. I saw Sigur Rós play at Harvest Festival on Sunday, and that was amazing. Their visual show was so, incredible. But I'd really love to do something with, there's a Melbourne laser artist called Robin Fox. I'd love to do something with him using lasers and lights and stuff.
Is that Racket?
No, he's not part of Racket, but he has done stuff with them. But Racket have done visuals for Axolotl before.
Yeah, 3D light show.
Yeah.
So, and did that feel different being on stage with all that going on?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I love all that stuff, and because the band is quite sort of atmospheric, it's not necessarily like a dance band, although it can be. But so, yeah, I try and use the visuals as another way to kind of captivate the audience.
And you can be found at axolotlband.com.
Yes.
Or if people want to Google you, they can put Axolotl and band in, because that way they don't get all the fish.
Yeah.
And you're on Facebook at Axolotl
Yeah, you can find Axolotl on Facebook.
And Triple J Unearthed, your single, Electricity and Garden Lane are both there.
They are. Leave a little comment, review.
Yeah. Nice reviews only. But people can pick up Autonomy through iTunes, I guess?
Yep, and on the website you can order it as well.
As a CD?
Yeah.
And at your shows. Have you got any shows coming up at the moment?
We do have one in December, the 20th of December at the Workers' Club in Melbourne.
Okay, so it's the 20th of December at the Workers' Club if you want to catch up with Axolotl. Well, it's been great talking to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.